we continue to see an easing of restrictions in this new iteration of the Emergency Powers COVID-19 regulations, SRNO 31 of 2001. While most of the provisions of this new regulation remain the same as previous versions, this latest version, which commenced on July 26, has allowed for more time before the night curfew begins. The night curfew now begins at 11 p.m. nightly and ends at 5 a.m. the following day, and this will continue until August 9th. The restrictions on social activities remain in place, and they continue to require permission from the Commissioner of Police. Mass gatherings are still prohibited, and only limited social activities are being approved at this time. We are reminded that we are not yet out of the woods, as we are still seeing new cases daily, which indicate the virus is still in the community. As such, we encourage all to get vaccinated to reduce your risk and to follow all the non-pharmaceutical measures to further protect yourself. Regulation 14 of the new regulations provides some restrictions on travelers entering the Federation. Subregulation 5 states, all arriving travelers who are fully vaccinated against the COVID-19 virus shall remain in a government quarantine facility for a period of 3 days and be tested for the COVID-19 virus on day 4. Subregulation 5C continues, the person shall only be released from quarantine upon receiving a negative PCR test. On Wednesday, 21st July, Farrakhan Asagai and Natasha Robinson arrived in the Federation from the USA and were in quarantine at the Mount Pelier Hotel in Nevis. On the morning of Saturday, 24th July, the couple left their quarantine without authorization and journeyed to St. Kitts via a ferry. They were eventually located at a residence in Frigate Bay that night and were taken to the government quarantine facility at the OTI to complete their quarantine and to be tested. Their test results returned negative, and they were released from quarantine on Tuesday, 27 July. They were taken back to Nevis, where they were arrested and charged for breaching their quarantine. And they were taken before the Charlestown Magistrate Court, where they were convicted and fined US $500 to be paid in 1 day. The fines were paid, and they were allowed to leave the Federation. The police have taken a zero-tolerance approach to breaches of quarantine, as this puts the entire community at risk. This includes persons who are required to remain in self-quarantine at their homes on the instruction of any medical officer. Again, we continue to solicit the full cooperation of all residents to adhere to all the COVID-19 protocols, whatever instructions or directives are imposed by any medical officer, as these are all intended to keep us all safe. As we approach the long holiday weekend, we are reminded again that social activities are restricted only with the permission of the Commissioner of Police should such activity take place, and we ask persons to exercise extreme care and caution not to put yourself at any risk of being infected with COVID-19. Avoid crowds, avoid crowded events, and always wear your mask and follow all the other protocols. Thank you.